Okay, this is the Team C39 Prometheus from Olympia High School's Detector ability submission. To start off, let's see how long this is to make sure it's in spec. So, as you can see clearly, this detector is over 30 centimeters in length, and it meets that criteria. Now, for time's sake, let's put this thermometer in here and this in here to get that going, to stabilize, to make sure we have time to talk about everything we need to talk about. So as you can see here, we have the blue LED, sorry for the glare there, the red LED, the green LED, as well as the Arduino Uno hooked up to an LM35 temperature sensor that converts the temperature to voltage, and that voltage gets transferred to degrees Celsius in the code. Now, this USB is connected to a laptop, which displays the temperature of the temperature sensor here. And here on my phone is the temperature of the thermometer. That is the calibration thermometer temperature. Now let's take a look at this and see where it stabilizes and see if we get an accurate reading off of this. I think at the bottom one's about a 9.2, 9.1. Well, up at the top, we're still decreasing, but it's averaging around a 9.5, 9.6. We'll give it another minute to see if it decreases a little bit more to get a more stable reading. But now it's looking more like a 9.3. You know, it's still in that range. Okay, I think that's a stable reading, and we'll move on to the next one. And as you can see here, the LED will be switching colors. As you can see, it went from blue to red, and that is because it went through a different temperature range, and in the code, it changes it. So now let's go back over here to the serial monitor and the temperature sensor, and we will see the volts and the temperature clearly displayed on the laptop. And while we're here, the LM35 thermistor, or temperature sensor, is waterproof using hot glue and tape to make sure no water can get in there. And the temperature sensor is on a leash that is up to 50 centimeters submergible in water. There is no electrical outlet used, clearly, to connect the laptop or the Arduino, so it's completely by itself. As we're seeing, we are seeing the temperature stabilize at the bottom around 23.9 degrees Celsius, while the top is still about 22, still rising, so we'll give it another few seconds to stabilize and give a clear and accurate reading. Also, our device only has one sensor, just the LM35. So what happened there was the code kind of reset, but we are still back on the same temperature sensor, and it is averaging around 23 degrees, and the bottom is at 24, so that's a good reading there. Now I think it's time to move on to the last and final glass. So let's take this, and we'll move it over, just like this. Now, as you'll see, the red switches to green because it's in a new temperature range. Now let's go back to the serial monitor and temperature gauge to see what the reading is and where it stabilizes at. It seems to be that the water is stabilized around 46, 47, still rising. And the top, which is the temperature sensor, is also still rising. So we'll give it another few seconds to see where it stops at, and we get an accurate reading for this. It seems 47.8, 48 is the sweet spot down there, unless if something else changes. And at the top, we're getting a reading of about 46, still climbing, 47. I think that's a good reading. Anyways, thank you all for your time.